Alright guys, I'm just going to be going over our game from yesterday, game 1. I wanted to make a video about wave management and just kind of like how to push your lead in lane. And we're just going to go from bot lane perspective because that's what I watched yesterday. So we can start this off and we'll see that we're slowly pushing the wave, which is okay. This is really loud, hold on. I don't know why this is so loud. So we're slowly pushing a wave, and we see that Braum is here, and Vayne is here, right? So Lucian can walk up to Vayne here and auto attack her. It forces her off the wave, and Braum can't do anything because Braum just used Q, right? So Braum's not going to be helpful to Vayne at all, right there. So yep, let's play this. Seraphine gets hit with Q, which is fine. We're just kind of giving Vayne her space. We auto attack her once, which is good. Seraphine looks like she Qs her, which is good, and then we use Q on the wave. So like the only reason why I could think you would do that is to push your level 2 and get level 2 before them, but that Q could have just went onto Vayne. We could have got more damage off on Vayne. Actually, we could have Q auto Vayne, and she would be sitting at like half HP right here if we did that. But we use it to push the lane, and we're still farming. We're just auto-attacking. Braum walks up and gets a minion. He uses another Q. So now we know we can walk up to Vayne and make it so like she has to choose whether or not she wants to hit this minion or take damage from Lucian, or if she wants to miss the minion. So we'll continue. She's just staying back and waiting for Lucian to walk away so she can walk up and farm it. Lucian's pushing. And now we have a big minion advantage on them and level 2. They're backing off because they're respecting your level 2. And we continue to push this wave in. Now, we have this wave here. It's a cannon wave. That's really good for us. That means that when it comes in, we can hard push the wave into the tower, and Vayne's gonna have to try to farm it, and Vayne's not really that great farming under tower level 1. She doesn't have that much damage, and her Q only helps her with like 1 minion at a time. So we'll continue this ahead. Right now, when this wave meets, I would be like Seraphine. Obviously, I know that she's going for damage on Braum, but actually this Q is really OP because it's hitting the backline minions, and we're pushing the wave. This is what we want. We want to push this whole thing into the tower. We see a Mumu here. Actually, I don't know if we see a Mumu here, but hold on, maybe turn on Fog of War. Where do I go? This one, right? Yeah. So we don't actually see a Mumu, but all the more reason to push this wave in so that we can be safe. Because if this wave gets into the tower, Vayne's gonna miss some of these minions, but the wave will bounce back towards the middle of the lane. So yeah, we'll go ahead. We get a little bit of poke down onto Vayne. We're kind of waiting around. We're just last hitting minions. You want to go all in on the minions when it's a situation like this, when you know that it's gonna get into the turret. You just want to like use your abilities. You have full mana. It's fine. So now you're autoing the wave, which is a mistake, because you want this wave to push out to here. The more you auto this wave, the more you auto these enemy minions here, the more likely that the wave is going to stay here, right? You do not want the wave here against Vayne. Vayne wants the wave here. So don't let her, or don't give her the option to stay safe here. You want Vayne. Hold on. You want Vayne like here, man. You want her here where she hates her life. She doesn't want, Vayne does not want to be here. Or even like here. Like that's fine too. So we'll go back to that. So yeah, we're kind of doing that. We see a Moo, so we back off. That's good that we had that word there. And now we're continuing to respect a Moo, which is fine. So at this point, let's see what our gold values are. I forget what the key is for this. It's a tab. How do you do gold? Is it O? Is this it? Yeah, this is it. Okay. So you have 541 gold total. So you can't really do much with it, so I guess it's fine that you're staying. So now you think it's safe enough to walk up. You know that your jungler's top. Know that their jungler's bot. So just keeping that in mind is good. You see their jungler mid, so now you know that you can push this wave in. Pressure this Vayne to get really good damage down on the Vayne. Now at this point, why does it keep doing that? At this point, you don't want to be touching this wave at all. You don't want to be queuing this wave, you just want to be last hitting. Because now, because the lane... Damn it. Because the lane is here, it's gonna naturally push out. She had more minions than you when the waves met, and it's on her side, so it's really... The wave is really gonna push towards you guys. So if you don't auto these minions here, it'll make it over to you guys. But instead, we push the wave, which I guess is okay considering there's a lot of minions here. Vayne has to try to farm under tower. We know Amumu was just mid, so we can pressure them here, but you guys choose to back off, which is fine. This was the other point. If Seraphine's backing, you're backing. You shouldn't stay in the lane alone. Not against these two champions, and you don't know where the jungler is. It's too dangerous. Like, the only thing that you can realistically do is just like stay at XP range, but because Lucian's a short range 80 carry, even though you have dash, it's still pretty dangerous to stay in the lane. And you have 800 and something gold. You can... How do I get to the shop? Can I even get to the shop from this? Let's see. Give me the game cursor, man. Come on. I can't even get the game cursor working. Yeah, fuck, I don't know. But you probably have something that you can buy. So you should try to do that. Staying in lane here is just a waste of time. Yeah, see, like, you're just last hitting, which is fine. But you, like, what if Amumu is right here? You have to assume, like, if you don't know where he is on the map, he's here. And right now, like, you're just barely getting XP. Seraphine is coming back. Like, I don't know how much gold you got, but I think you killed like 3 minions. You could have just backed, recalled, maybe missed a couple minions, and then been in a better position, because if you're back at the same time as Seraphine is back, Vayne still hasn't recalled yet. So you'll have an item advantage on her, and she's still here. Like, she has to go back. So you can just push the wave in and make it so she has to make a decision. Or you can hold the... You can get the... you can hold the lane here. And then what's she gonna do? She's at, like, no fucking HP. And you're Lucian. You just walk up to her and combo her. And she's fucked. So... Oh, I have the cursor now. Can I get into shop? No. Alright. So here... This is what I'm calling before, during the game, that Vayne's fucked. Because now she has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11, I think, in this wave is still coming in. 12. She has 12 minions, and you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So she literally has double the minions. That means that this wave is going all the way to tower if you don't hit it. So you need to, like, clear some of it, but you don't need to clear all of it. I think what ends up happening is Seraphine tries to get poke on the Vayne, and then ends up just pushing the wave because the poke goes through the wave. Yeah. So this is good for Vayne, because now the wave is more equalized. It's going to stay more towards the center of the map, or the center of the lane, and then Lucian's pushing the wave. So now it's really going to end up going to them. So, okay, so Sejuani's here now. So imagine if you guys didn't push the wave, and the wave ended up being here. Sejuani would have way more area to work with, in terms of ganking them. This was still really good, don't get me wrong. They ended by being this far up. Like, I don't know what they're thinking. But there goes that. Sejuani targets Braum, which I think is not as good. I think that she just should have tried for the Vayne. She does have flash and everything, but it's okay. She gets condemned immediately after. Seraphine hits some good abilities. Lucian was caught farming the wave, so he is a little late. You guys don't kill anybody, but you get Vayne's sums, both of her sums, which is really good. Now you want to just be checking if Vayne is recalling, and I'm sure she's recalling now because she just used both sums. So what you want to do now is you want to hard push this wave. Seraphine needs to use abilities on this wave. Push it into the tower. Vayne's not going to get any of the skull. Oh, well, okay, you see her here, but I mean, she's ridiculous. She should have just backed. But yeah, you want to deny her as many minions as possible. I think that this is when, like, a Mumu comes in and Seraphine has to flash. Yeah. So that's just... You guys knew something was wrong there when Vayne didn't recall. Let's see. Lucian has a ward up. So maybe that could have been warded and this flash from Seraphine could have been avoided. Maybe not. Something to think about. This is where you go to pinch a Mumu. Braum fights off a little bit more than you do here. And dies. This is still really loud. Alright. The Mumu flashes away. He was probably fine if he didn't. You guys take Dragon. That's really good. And pretty much like the rest of the lane, like right here is really good. She has to go back, so you're pushing this next wave into the tower. You're taking plates right here. I don't think that you need to walk up here and ward and do ward things. You end up getting the plate, but I think you could have had two. You end up getting it. Well, no. Well, you end up getting that first plate. You push this wave in. And, okay, so you do end up getting it. But it might have been better just to go for it first. You both recall. Lucian comes back with Quiver and Boots. Vayne has Quiver and Boots. So, oh, but you have a pickaxe, so you're definitely like way ahead of her. You're like 30 farm up. This fight here is the one that turned the game for them. So, I guess we'll just go through the whole VOD. What's going on here? Okay. We'll slow it way down. Seraphine uses abilities on the Mumu. It's like kind of whatever. You don't really get a lot of damage out of that. Sejuani gets caught. This still isn't horrible. Sejuani doesn't have R. She's taking lethal damage at this point. Seraphine R is trying to save Sejuani. Sejuani is able to flash away. But look at the positioning here. This is when you guys leave. Like, if you guys left right here, this isn't, like, a game-changing fight. But instead you think, well, we have the numbers or something, and you try to go in. So you do that, but they're all grouped with a carry and two tanks. You have two carries and Seraphine, but nobody to tank the damage. So they of course turn on the one person. I believe they turn on Lucian. Yeah, they turn on Lucian. Lucian's like, oh shit, there's Braum. Braum walks up to Seraphine for some reason. Vayne doesn't want to get condemned. She thinks that's a condemn, or he thinks that's a condemn, so he moves. The Mumu gets onto Lucian, R's, and the fight's over right here. When a Mumu lands a 3-person ulti like that, oftentimes it's just completely over. Cass gets a 1-person ulti on the Braum. It's not good enough, unfortunately. Lissandra comes in and kills everybody. So, the way that this fight could have been saved, and Balder's here, so, and he just helps to clean up afterwards. The way that this fight really could have been saved is, like I said before, this is a beautiful ulti by Seraphine. Unfortunately, Cass is here. Like, Cass would love to ulti all of these people, but she's too far away. So it's not happening. And the ult that she ended up getting off is not good enough to win the fight. So it should have been before this, like maybe like 3 seconds before this, but you guys should be out of here. This is just like too high risk. Yeah, this fight happens. Volibear TP's in. Volibear ulti's in. It's over. This is doomed. I'm just gonna skip all this other shit, I guess, and go to the next fight. Oh, we actually killed him, which is nice. And then what happens here? Oh, this is when you guys do that. Okay. This is the next fight that really fucked us. This is when I'm calling to make sure that the Herald gets in. I'm trolling. Don't listen to me. That was a really bad call. Making sure the Herald gets in baits you guys into thinking that you can be further up than you actually can be. Amumu flashes like in the next 2 seconds. So right here, when you see that guy flash, you're flashing. You are getting the fuck out of here. Like, you're gone. Because if he ults, he hits all of you, and then Lissandra and Volibear follow-up is just doomed. So yeah, he gets onto the Sejuani. The literal only way to save this is to flash and burn all your ultimates. Cass is bot, so she's not going to be able to help. But yeah, as you can see, they all flashed. And they're on top of you, just murderizing the entire team. Ornn actually lives for a considerable amount of time, but it doesn't matter. Lucian's able to get away. They take Baron. And this is the fight that ended the game. I think. Oh, this is the fight that ended the game. But what was this fight? Oh, I didn't actually see this fight before. Okay. This is when we're trying to get front to back. And our positioning right here in this snapshot is good. We have the 2 tanks in front and the carries in the back. So we see the Vayne. We know that she's back there. Right now we're waiting to see Lissandra, and we see her. So we know that our carriers are safe to stand here now. I mean, obviously not that far back, but we know that they're safe to, like, not get flanked by Lissandra from, like, here. Okay, so Sejuani engages on a Volibear? What the hell happened there? Trying to save the ward? Oh, okay. He was charging in to her. She could have just dashed out. I don't know if engaging on a Volibear here is good, because now it has to be Ornn only defending against the Amumu combo. So we all, as soon as Sejuani gets hit, notice how everybody on our team moved up. Don't move up here. Don't move up. Let Sejuani take some damage. It's okay, she'll live. So now everybody's close enough together. Amumu has a direct bandage to the back line right here. Ornn, unfortunately, isn't right into position. Amumu does end up hitting Sejuani, which is bad because Sejuani's trying to get away from Volibear, so she's going to be running into the carries. So we'll slow this down. Amumu gets on to Sejuani. There's a lot happening really quick. Lissandra is going to be here after her claw lands. Seraphine ulted. Hitting 2 tanks. So no carries were hit by that. So right now they're winning. Lucian's trying to get as much damage as he can off with ultimate, but ends up getting in range of either... Well, he gets hit by Amumu ulti, and he gets hit by Lissandra W as well. So this is just bad spacing for the carries here, because Cass got hit too. So Ornn's like trying to do his job, but he ended up being pretty ineffective, unfortunately. So this is where Cass ulties, and she hits both Amumu and Lissandra, which is really good. But Volibear is now ulting in. So you guys lose that because you can't deal damage to the people that are CC'd because Volibear's just going to rape everybody. So let's see. Volibear jumps in. Braum ults. Seraphine is taken out of the fight. Cast cleanses. They're just putting out massive amounts of AoE damage onto us. Lucian is... he's doing his best. He's doing his best to stay in and deal damage. Like, this is fine. It's not as good that you got hit by some of the AoE stuff at the start, but now you're able to put out some damage. Lissandra dies, so that's one of theirs off the map. Ornn didn't have ult this entire time, so that's actually really huge. Yeah, and then their front line just gets onto us and we can't kite away. Yeah, we needed more disengage. And just to back up and then go back in afterward. They kind of just decided that we were gonna die there, and they all just dogpiled us. Like, their all-in is just stronger. So that's that. The next fight is just unfortunate. I think at this point they're far enough ahead that it doesn't really matter how these fights go anymore. So we have Sejuani into Braum. Amumu. Oh, Lucian, no. He walks up. This is where the ulti comes in, surely. He flashes on him. Oh, he doesn't flash on him. Wait, Amumu has flash, right? Yeah, dude, I would have just flashed on Lucian right here. Oh, yeah, he did. So, yeah, the backline's just fucked now, because now Lissandra unloads all the damage. Yeah. We just, we got fucked by their wombo. And like I said before, Seraphine went the back way because it was a split call. So you don't even have that to fall back on this fight. And we just all got eliminated and died. So, I don't know. I don't really want to focus on that stuff that much because I think that's a conversation for another time. I'm just kind of going through the whole VOD while I can. The most important stuff, really, is that at 5 minutes, at least as far as I'm concerned for like learning purposes, I don't know if it'll actually load the game. Yeah. So around this time, I think it was like 5:40. Yeah. Right here, the game's over for Vayne. The lane, at least, is completely over for Vayne. She's fucked. If the wave gets held, if the wave gets held here or here, she's fucked. Just keep that in mind. Vayne hates her life if she's stuck here, especially against somebody like Lucian that can just walk up to her and kill her. So, yep, that's it. Hope that's maybe helped a little bit, and I did it in half the time of Darkly, so that will be all.